Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Oh, is this by magic?
Hey, listen, what an intro, because for people that don't know, hey, someone made it by the skin of their teeth just as we go live. Trust me. But big up to you both. Listen, we're here. You know what time it is, people. It's Team Kop-Ish, it's Daps, it's the link up that you all wanted. It's Man City versus Liverpool. It's the preview, it's the Saturday game. Does it get bigger and better than this, guys? Does it?
First game back after the international.
Yeah.
At the ETIHAD.
Shall I just be real with you both?
You go.
I'm shook.
You proper shook?
I'm shook of what's
Hold
going
on, is that what you said before the first game this season, though?
It might have been. You know what,
Right,
Daps?
so I'm not going to take that no more.
This is what I'm saying. Do you know what? Actually, before we even probably get started, listen, smash that like button. Make sure you go and subscribe to Daps as well on his channel. Never a fail, please, people. Come on. You see him always on the Prem Panel show. He's one of our brothers. Go show some love. Just because he's a City fan, you can still show him love. Do you know what I'm saying? Plus, you know how we treat our guests. Make sure the comments are respectful. Obviously, we know it's football banter, but please be respectful to the guests. Do you know what I'm saying? But love to you all, people. But yeah, man. So you lot carry on because this is getting interesting.
Well, yeah.
I might sit on the fence today.
Look, I learned first time we played you this season, because we played you actually twice already, haven't we? But I learned from the first time we played you this season, because I was being, in the build up to it, I was being proper like, I don't know, man, it's Liverpool. No matter how their form wasn't good at the time, I don't know, it's Liverpool. But
I remember you in the lead up now.
Yeah, I was proper like that. But then all of my lot over at Never Fail, which are mainly Man United lot, got in my head. Come on, man, look at you lot, look at them. And I was like, you know what? If I take my emotions away from it and do the maths, yeah, we're gonna smack them. Woke up on the morning, putting videos out. Yeah, Erling Haaland's gonna take the Virgin's cherry and all of that crap.
Oh yeah, I remember.
What was it you called him? The Nordic.
The Nordic meat shield's gonna take the Virgin's cherry.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
because at the time, Virgil had he not lost? He had some record, like some mad record at the time.
Yeah, it might have been lost at Anfield potentially.
Yeah.
Might have been that one. Yeah.
But so you know what? There's none of that this time, because I went against what I actually felt, because everyone was getting in my head saying you're going to smack them, and so it's the same with this one.
What I will say, Daps, to big you up though, I remember after the game you came straight on the channel and you gave the team their flowers. So ratings for that.
But no, it's the same this time round. Like, this is a massive game for us. I've just been on City Extra with Huey, Steve, Lewis. We do a show once a week called The Avengers, and all of us were saying, like, yeah, this is a big game. And after we were in great form going into the international break, 5 clean sheets on the bounce and everything looking great. But then there's the international break. But we are now where we are, the Man City that you guys know, that we've started to hit that form, right? We need the pressure. And what better pressure than Liverpool after the international break? There's nothing, because this is the thing, right? If we don't win this and then Arsenal beat Leeds, then
because 8 points.
Now, when people say that's the title race over, no, because the first time we won the Premier League, Man United were 8 points clear with 7 games left to play, and that was Alex Ferguson's Man United. So we'll never give up. But it is looking a bit techie. But if we do beat Liverpool, Arsenal then know the pressure is fully over to them, right? Because they have to go to Anfield, right? And if they go to Anfield and don't get a W, knowing that they then have to come to the ETIHAD and also get a W. So this game's huge for us. This is massive.
No, I agree. It's massive for both teams. So listen, Cal, let me ask you this year. You got obviously you everyone knows you got the notorious memory. Bro, when was the last time we beat Man City at ETIHAD, bro?
It was when Klopp first came to Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken, like maybe October
16-17 season with Coutinho, Chan and them, man. With
You're
Mangala.
meaning in the league? It depends,
In the league.
In the league, I'm saying.
15-16.
Oh, not 16-17, it was 15-16.
15-16. If I'm not mistaken, we won that game.
Like Mangala, innit?
4-1.
Mangala, you know, wow.
Yeah, do you know how far? That is.
Yeah, we did. We won that game 4-1. But all right. So yeah, Mangala got own goal.
Yeah.
Coutinho got the second from Firmino assist. Firmino got the third in the first half. Then Aguero scored against Mignolet after Mignolet made a cock up.
I remember that.
Excuse my language. And then fourth goal was skirted in the second half, ricocheted corner.
When he packed
and he volleyed it in past Joe Hart.
Yeah. Was that Pep's first season?
No, that wasn't Pep. That was Pellegrini.
That was Pellegrini, bro. It wasn't even Pep, bro. The last time we beat Man City in all competitions, at your ground, Daps, if I'm not mistaken, was the 17-18 season in the Champions League. That's the last time we beat you, like at Etihad.
3-1.
Yeah. How long ago that is?
Yeah.
It just goes to show you your home record against us is formidable. Yeah, that's true. But I look at your ground and think you have a formidable ground. I think your ground kind of is a little bit underrated, so to speak. I feel like your ground is up there. When we look back in time,
it's Fortress.
But it's a serious. But you know what it is though. But what's so mad is I don't necessarily hear people say the ETIHAD is a fortress.
Oh, it doesn't. Do you know what?
You don't really hear that.
Even like if I think about it. Like, I'm going to talk on Europe in a minute, right? But in the league, when I think of the Etihad being a fortress, it's strange because I go back to like Mancini era because that felt like a fortress then. Because it was just the way we played. It was defensively, we were a real rock then with like De Jong, company, whether it be Toure or Lescott, Barry, Yaya, and it was just like physical, very physical. Whereas like to talk on Europe real quick, is. Obviously, I'm one person that fully, I will say, Anfield on a European night, different. The Bernabeu on a European night, different. I worry about in the next, when we play Bayern, we have to go to the Allianz second leg. But here's the thing. No one speaks on, and this is why I'm very happy with this. If we do beat Bayern, I've said it, if we beat Bayern, I think we win the Champions League. Because that semi-final, whether it be Chelsea or Real Madrid, the second leg, at last is at the Etihad, right? We have not lost in the Champions League at the Etihad since 2017. And we played Real Madrid, PSG multiple times, Dortmund. So, it doesn't get spoken enough. The Etihad is a fortress. But at the same time, this season we've had some, I was Brentford. I was there for the Brentford game. I was there for the Everton game. And those two are fresh in my memory. But this is the thing. This is now City business end of the season. And if we're going to be in it to try and win the Premier League, try and win the Champions League, we have to beat Liverpool at home. We have to be that team that can beat Liverpool. And it is one of them games where I look at how are Liverpool going to play. Usually Liverpool front foot. I don't know if Liverpool will do that this time.
No.
Ain't got the players.
We ain't got the capacity.
Yeah. And then you
Midfield
look at how, I don't know, it's like even how we're going to play because Walker hasn't been great this season. We've been playing Stones or Rico Lewis, inverting them and playing them alongside Rodri. But Steve just made a really good point. Against Nunez, them balls over the top. Do we really, like we saw in the first game, in fact, Cancelo mistake with the ball over to Salah.
Yeah.
That's where we need Walker. Because I said at that point where people came out criticising Cancelo for that. And I said, look, the same way I always say on Trent, we can't turn on Trent or Liverpool fans shouldn't turn on Trent because Trent is the same player that he was last season, the season before that. The difference is the cover is not there, right? So for me with Cancelo, in that instance, Cancelo for me has never been a good defender, right? Usually, then one-on-one situations is Walker because Walker was injured. It was Cancelo. So looking at that now with Nunez, with Salah, even with Gakpo, Diaz won't be back, right? Diaz isn't.
Apparently, he's going to make the bench. Apparently, he's going to make the bench.
But we can't.
That makes me think we need Walker. That makes me think we need Walker.
See, all right. So, Cal, I'll go to you next year. We're a team that badly needs this win. So, first and foremost, bro, how do we approach this game? Because I look at it as almost like this is a last chance saloon. We keep every single game that goes by, Cal, we keep talking about top 4.
Yeah.
We're far from the team that Man City faced last season when we were both going for the title. We're now at 2 different points of the spectrum, bro. We need a rebuild. They just need tweaking. They just literally need a bit. They literally just need one bit of spice and they're good. We need everything. We got to go and get all the ingredients. Bro, how do we approach the game, bro? I'll be honest with you, because I'm kind of concerned in terms of top 4 aspirations, bro. That they're already bad as it is.
How do we approach? My head tells me to approach this game trying to sit back. When I say sit back, I'm not talking about on a 6-yard box or maybe the edge of our box. Sit back, compress the midfield and defense, because I don't think the midfield have got it in them to chase Man City's midfielders.
Agreed.
So sit back, have it so Man City are playing in front of Liverpool as opposed to in and around them.
Okay.
And you have your 3 forwards advanced up the pitch. So give them the pitch. Let them have the lion's share of field. Yeah, but have it so you've got Nunes, you've got Salah, and whoever is playing through the middle. Those are your guys that they've got to make the ball stick and they've got to have a threat. That's not always going to happen, but as long as we keep them thinking and running back to their goal, the more we get them doing that, the less that they're going to be wanting to come forward and press us. That's going to make their midfield and their defense less close to each other, then giving our strikers or our attackers more space in behind potentially as well. The only problem is I don't know if we can play that way because I've never seen Liverpool under Klopp play that way. And that's not a criticism, by the way. That's because Klopp, and this is where I admire Klopp. Klopp's philosophy is, I don't care who you are. We're coming to play our game and we're coming to try and beat you, no matter who you are. And I rate that about Klopp.
That's what the beauty has always been between Pep and Klopp.
Exactly. That's why the games are played.
Yeah, they both just like to assert their footballing methods on each other's teams, isn't it? They're like, listen, just because we know how great you are, we're not going to change for you because we still think we can match you in the way how we do things. That's a great point. So that's hearing what Cal just said, do you think Pep Guardiola, because we know Pep Guardiola, as great as he is, there are times when you might even say yourself, he might overthink the situation.
No, every game he overthinks.
Okay, fair play.
Listen, this whole Pep overthinks. It only gets spoke on when we lose. When we lose, Pep overthought it. No, a good manager should be overthinking every single game, right? You shouldn't be underthinking any game, should you? Right? Yeah. You should be overthinking every one. And usually you'd hope you get it right. And if you get it right, it doesn't get spoke on. If you get it wrong, you overthought that. And I think that's what it is. I think the one thing, like even last season, I remember when we played you at your gaff last season, right? And out of nowhere, we kept playing long balls over the top. And it was before we had Haaland.
I remember. Yeah.
And I was thinking, is this what we're getting used to? This different. But I think that is quite simply Pep looking at the games against Liverpool, the games against Klopp, and going, I need to change something here. Because at Anfield, I don't get a result very often. I think actually this season at Anfield, for me, I've spoke on how when we've came to your place, Pep has learnt to respect Anfield and has learnt to nullify the crowd, right? Often by at times where it feels like maybe we should break, players putting the foot on the ball, turning around and passing it backwards. Just like in the first 30 minutes, like, no. Yeah. Don't try and do that at Anfield, right?
Yeah.
When we played you, I don't know if you remember, but at some point in the second half, Pep got up and started doing that to the crowd or something.
It was after you guys had the goal disallowed.
Yeah.
That changed everything.
I thought that Pep, you forgot about Anfield. You've just done the one thing you don't want to do, right? And there's little things like this. Haaland at the moment, is he injured? Isn't he injured?
I think he is,
But Steve made a very, very, very valid point. This wasn't no Mickey Mouse game for Norway, yeah? Like Haaland and Odegaard and them, man, they want Norway to qualify for the Euros. Yeah, they want. Yeah, and so and he travelled. This isn't that he's been in Manchester the whole time. He travelled. There was footage of him getting off the team coach and everything. I think what's happened is he's felt his groin and thought it does feel a bit tight. I could risk playing the 2 games, but you risk a groin injury that could put you out for a period. So I think he rested. I think we'll probably find out in the next 24, 48 hours if he turns up to training tomorrow. If he doesn't, but there's no news out of Manchester at the moment. None. His dad has spoken it as well and said we'll see how he is during the week. But if at 11:30 when that team sheet comes out, Haaland isn't on it, that's a lift for Liverpool's fans and players straight away.
Right. Funny you say that's a great segue because I wanted to get your So Kyle, I'll go over to you in a minute. Just quickly, while you're talking about whether Haaland's going to be there, what team do you think Pep is going to go? Because I noticed you've been playing with a back 3 in it.
Yeah.
So okay, not what you would do. What do you think Pep is going to do? What do you think he's going to do?
I think Pep will,
selection wise.
It's hard.
Pick the 11,
in it. But I would.
You got to try, bruv. You're the best man for, but we can't do it. Hell no, we ain't doing it. What would you think?
I think Walker starts. I think Walker starts. I think
in the back 3.
Walker on this one. Yeah, I do.
Interesting. Okay.
I think hands are a bit tight now. Foden's one player we always want to see against Liverpool. He's out. I was thinking,
let's do your back 3. So you're gonna go Walker.
I think what we'll probably see is Ake on the left.
Yeah.
Walker on the right.
Yeah.
Diaz and Akanji.
Okay.
I thought it would be Akanji for the pace.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's
very
going to go.
assured on the ball as well. To be fair to him,
very assured. So you think he's going to go the back 3 of them 3?
Yeah.
But what about
we won't invert and play usually because if we see Stones or Rico Lewis on the right, then we know that they're going to invert and sit alongside Rodri. I don't think we're going to do that. So I think it will then be Rodri. This is the big one, Rodri. I think what he might do is Rodri, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Grealish, Haaland, Bernardo Silva.
What does he do if Haaland don't play though? Because this is what
Alvarez.
Yeah, see, I agree. Do you know what scares me though? This is gonna sound mad. I still think Haaland.
Sorry, Matt. You don't reckon Mahrez will start, bro?
Not in that formation.
It's
Mahrez can come up with
right. The hardest thing is this season is what you have to remember is and the way that Pep is, because Pep can change, but if you think about it, Haaland means we don't have that extra man in midfield, right? And then I've just said that we're not going to invert our right back, right? So, which is what he's been doing to make up for Haaland this season, is inverting our right back to have that extra midfielder. So now we're not inverting our right back. And then you're saying play Mahrez, right? Which is a winger. Whereas if we go with Bernardo Silva, at least that means our wingers can come in and kind of fill that midfield. Yeah. So it's just this whole thing. Pep, if we go in Mahrez, we go with Walker, we go with Haaland, we're playing 3 in midfield, and that just is very rare for Pep. Very, very rare.
Your formation is mad, you know, when I think about, because you kind of got 3 at the back here. Then you've got 3 in midfield. Then you've got the 2 wide players, which kind of make it a 5. And then you've got the striker. And then you sometimes got the person just. But bro, when I say to you, this is one thing.
Pep is just overcrowding that midfield, literally complete midfield domination. But this game, it's for once against Liverpool, and I'm usually midfield domination is how we beat the big teams.
Yeah.
But this time, it's different this season. It is. I don't like using the word transition, but it is different this season. Pep's been having to work out how to play with Haaland because ultimately he's lost that one man in midfield of playing the false 9.
Yeah,
agreed. But I think from what it looks like, bro, I think the transition ain't gonna take that long. Yeah, you might slightly still be in transition now.
I don't like the word
but you see, no, exactly. Bro, let's just say it like this. You see next season, because I do feel like, let's just say this is your off season, so to speak, in terms of if you don't win the Prem. You see next season, you're going to. I already know your team's going to be an absolute menace to society. I already know.
Yeah,
because you're going to reinforce, you're gonna tweak things, and Pep will have more time on the training ground to get things right.
It's going to be refreshed either way, whether we win the league this season or we don't, whether we win the Champions League or we don't. The one thing that really bad patch we had this season where Pep was rotating a lot, that was Pep testing the players, because when you lot won, I think when we went for our third 2020, the season you won the league, Pep said at the start in the summer going into that season, I don't know how I'm going to get this group of players to go again, right? And he's got them to go again another 2 years. But this year, there was, we've seen it. There's certain players that it needs refreshing now. It does. You lot are seeing the same. Sometimes it just needs 100. That bit of a refresh.
Yeah, no, 100. Cargo to you then, bro.
So, this might be a different show, Daps, but I think we might need to get you and a couple other City fans on to see what your thoughts and predictions are going to be for the summer. Because it's very interesting, because I do think Liverpool and City, they've run their course now. The difference is, I think your quality is still there for everyone to see because the legs haven't gone yet.
Yeah. But we're close. I think
both teams need a transition. Sorry, Matt, you're gonna ask me a question.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna ask you that. So obviously that's giving his kind of prediction for the start 11 he thinks might. What about you now, bro, for Liverpool? I need you to give me, because the options are limited in certain areas. Limited.
All right, so I think the defense picks itself. I think obviously Alisson in goal. I think Trent right back, Konate and Virgil, and then Robbo left back.
Yeah.
I think the front three picks itself. I think, and when I say picks itself, I think I'm going with what I think Klopp's going to do.
Yeah. Of course.
I think it'll be Núñez left, Gakpo through the middle, and Salah on the right.
Yep. Now for the conundrum.
Midfield, I think we see Fabinho and Henderson.
Yep. And you know who the other person's going to be? Just say it.
I don't actually know if it will be him.
I think it will be Harvey Elliott, bro.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Well, Artur's going to get a start.
No, not Artur.
We're never going to see that, brother. Ever.
I have a sneaky feeling it might be Milner or even Curtis Jones starting in midfield 3.
If we start Milner in that game,
started the first game, bro. Milner, do you know what the mad thing is,
bro? We can't do this.
We can go back to when Foden had Milner. Yeah, Foden had Milner.
Could have been sent off.
Could have been sent off.
But apart from that, Milner generally turns up against City. He does,
bro. Daps, you're an honest man. If you saw that midfield listen to what Carl just said.
I'm not going to fall for this time.
No. This ain't a trick. This is just.
This ain't a trick, Daps.
Fabinho, Henderson, Milner. If I am a Man City fan, I'm looking at that going.
You wake up on us. You wake up on the morning and you're going, "Hi guys, we're going to smack you today." I fell for it last time, bro. Listen, I hear what you're saying, and against any other team, I get it, but. Look at the games. Like, they haven't been bad against us.
No, I hear you, bro. But Daps, I'm telling you from now, Milner, Henderson, and Fabinho, if we run that back, bro, I already know what's going to happen. Like,
at the Etihad, I think it might be a bit
at the Etihad. Remember, this ain't Anfield where the crowd give them the extra like 10, 15% that, get man buzzing around the pitch, so to speak. Bro, this is at your ground where you're going to have a lot of the ball.
Yeah, I think the other thing is with that is that the way I've got, again, this is hard because I personally feel when I go with my emotions, I never get hurt, right? Well, when I'm talking about football, that is, right? Yeah. But when I try and use my actual football brain and start thinking about things, I end up overthinking it. And look, the fact is we have to be the best Manchester City this Saturday. We have to. For us to win the league, we now have to be that Manchester City. And I do think you're right. If we are that Manchester City and we come up against Henderson, Milner and Fabinho, it could be a very long day for you. Could be. But we have to be that Man City. I was just going to say on our midfield, the same thing. And I'm not comparing kind of the age of your midfield and our midfield. But one thing that doesn't get spoke about negatively, or the reasons why Man City haven't been as good this season for me, is that Gundogan, Bernardo, De Bruyne, they haven't been recycling the ball high up the pitch like we used to, right? Yeah. They haven't been pressing like we used to. And that's invited teams onto us, right? And when you're inviting teams onto inverted fullbacks, centre-back pairings that don't usually play together, it's not good. And I think that's what's happened this season. I personally blame the fact that our midfielders haven't done their job more than I blame Haaland this season, a lot more. Because I think, no, it's very simple to say Haaland, but if the midfielders, maybe we miss Jesus a bit. Maybe that's something. This game, we know every time we play Liverpool, usually Jesus starts, right?
Yeah, on the right-hand side. Yeah.
And I think we've missed him. He leads the press. Foden's a very good presser as well. So I think both of us can't press like we used to. Do you not think Henderson's going to be given that job to just press the shit out of Rodri?
He could be given a job, that's whether he can do it though, bro.
Yeah, he'll try.
For half.
He'll try, bro. You know, one of them ones. He will try his best, but like, I'll be honest in it. As a Liverpool fan, I look at your problems and think, man, if only we had these problems.
Oh,
our problems are a joke. Like, I'm not saying Liverpool fans, I don't want me saying it, but we are been mudded this season. And the reason I say that is because you've been our rivals for the last 5 years, pretty much, 4 or 5 years now. Yeah. And we've been going like that, pushing each other neck and neck. And it's so mad to see what's happened to us this season. Obviously, we had the season where we had the no centre backs. That's understandable. And then we kind of came back. But then you look at this season, bro. We're not even like consistency. Because we pulled out the one result against you. Okay, that's all great. But consistency, Daps, it's not even a competition. You guys are still way and far ahead, even in your bad moments. And in our bad moments, we are terrible, bro.
I still think you get top 4.
I hope, bro. I really do, because we need. When I say we need top 4, as you know, we need top 4 because if we don't get it, we're in the mud.
Are you basing that on the past though, Daps? Because
slightly, yeah.
Because it's like, and again, I'm not even because I hear a lot of people, especially non-Liverpool fans, say, "Yeah, Liverpool are going to get top 4. Liverpool, they're going to get." I see Liverpool fans saying it, but I'm like, looking at what we're doing now, I can't see how you can say that. And I get what we did in the past, but
do you know what? It's not just that.
Arsenal in the past.
It is that. Look,
one second, guys. 1 second.
Yeah.
It is that. There is that element, obviously, but also the other thing is, if I look at Tottenham, I look at Newcastle, and I still don't think there's nothing that makes me think they can put together runs. Whereas there's something there to still make me think, no, I think Liverpool can. With Diaz coming back in, I think that could lift the team. I just think that, do you know what? If I'm being honest, out of all the teams pushing for top 4, the one team that you probably would say could find some consistency is Brighton.
I was going to say.
That's the one. But then it's like, Brighton have not got the know-how. And you have to, people will talk about this season and they'll base everything. Like, Arsenal fans will say, Arsenal are going to win the league based on how good they've been this season. And I get that, 100%. You have to go by that. But then you also have to look at other things, like the fact that with Liverpool, for example, firstly, the fact they are a team that can put runs together. Secondly, the fact that they have been in this position before. They have been in a position in recent years where everyone was saying they ain't getting top 4, and they finished 3rd, right? So there's things that makes me think Liverpool, there's more to make me believe Liverpool can put together a run and end up finishing 3rd than there is Tottenham, than there is Newcastle. Because I think Newcastle, since the World Cup, have got some results kind of, I'm not going to say luck, but they've scored kind of, they've got scrappy results, scoring last-minute goals. And I think business end of the season, against certain clubs, they're not going to do that. Whereas I think Liverpool still can. Liverpool can still do that. Look, I'm still praying you get a win against Arsenal. So that's 3 points for you straight away.
Yeah, no, I hear that, bro. I'm telling you, man, this game means a lot to both teams, obviously for different reasons, isn't it? It means a lot. We need this, obviously, for top 4 aspirations, and you guys need this, obviously, for the title. And even when I say that, bro, it just makes me feel like, man, like, We're trying to get top 4, and these men are going for the title cup.
Yeah,
how about that?
Hurts. It breaks my heart.
It's flipping jarring, man. But listen, before we go, score predictions.
That's is like no.
You don't do no score predictions, Daps?
No, man. You know what? I've tried it this season, and it hasn't helped because I tried it and got a few right, and then I got a few wrong. So it's now like I don't know what to do. So I'm just keeping my mouth shut because.
Just level with me though. You see, when it rolls around Saturday 12:30, are you gonna be sitting there thinking? Even if it don't matter about team sheet, but you wake up, whatever, you get ready for the game. Whether you're at the game or you're not at the game, you sat down, you go to the game. So even better, you're sitting down, fans are all riled up. You're telling me you're not gonna think you're gonna be. This ain't a setup, by the way. You're telling me you don't think you're gonna be.
Hold tight pancakes, right? Hold tight pancakes. So I'm going with right. Pancakes has been telling me since the Newcastle game, 4-1 City, right? He's been telling me, and the other day when he messaged me, sent me my ticket, he said 4-1 City. I'll see you at 10:30 Saturday morning, right? So. But that's not me. That's not me. Okay.
But I said that's the spirit of pancakes. That's what that's trying to do. I said it's the spirit of pancakes. All right. Well, that's Daps' kind of half prediction. I kind of feel like he's still slightly here. You don't want to double down on it yet. You know what I'm saying? What about you, Cal? What are you saying?
I know I'm getting called out loads at the moment because I'm coming across as negative. You know the game where they beat Man United at home?
Oh, no, Cal, we can't do that.
I do. I genuinely have feelings of a performance like that from City. If Haaland doesn't play, I still think they'll win, but I don't think it'll be a smash. Haaland plays, I feel we could get smashed. I'm going to do 2 scores. With Haaland, 4-1 City. Without Haaland, 2-1 City.
I think, do you know what? I do get the Haaland thing because, firstly, first game he didn't score against you lot, right? Second game, I don't believe he played because it was, or did he play?
No, he did score. He scored. He scored the first.
Did he score? Oh, yeah, of course, because he didn't go to the World Cup.
He scored.
Yeah. But I think there's another narrative with Haaland, not in this game in particular, that everyone needs to remember is that there are people out there saying that, and we're ready for it, that if we don't win the league this season with Haaland, it's like, oh, has Haaland made City worse? Haaland will know in himself, he's got high standards himself, yeah. He does not want to join a team and that team that's just won 2 leagues not win the league. So I'm telling you, of anyone in our team right now, Haaland is the one that wants this Premier League more than anyone. More than anyone. He doesn't want to join us and have to say, sorry, guys. And we know it's not that, but himself by his own standards. So, yeah, I think that's why Haaland himself pulled out of the game because he thought, I'm not risking nothing. I've got a big run in now.
Yeah,
it's criminal. It's criminal that people are blaming Haaland for City.
Yeah.
Like, it's in the same way, I think it's criminal that some fans are blaming Nunes for us not doing as well this season. It's like,
is that another narrative?
Yeah, bruv, I've seen
that narrative forever running.
Bruv, it's just like, so these lot are scoring goals. The rest of the team are tanking up the place, but it's the person who's scoring goals effectively pretty much doing their job. Yeah. That's the problem.
And Salah as well, you know. And Salah and I know Salah hasn't played like how
Salah has been a bit stinky with his form, though.
But people say he's done. He shouldn't have re-signed the
contract. Yeah, that's
like them type of talk there.
Yeah, that's
like, do you know what thing is though, Matt? It's the people that don't watch games, and it's like when people say things like about no one's talking about Haaland's assists. Haaland's got 5 assists this season, right?
I said that.
No one's talking about this. No one's talking about, even if you go and look at Alvarez's goal against Burnley, I think his first goal. Look at Haaland's run to the near post. The ball was never being played to the near post, but Haaland made a run to the near post and took a load of defenders away. There's so much more that if you watch Haaland, he is doing. But it's the same as Jack Grealish last season and the start of this season, where literally people will pick up their phone, they'll go on an app, and they'll look at if Grealish has scored a goal or got an assist. And if he hasn't, there's this Grealish has had a shit game. That's it.
Yeah,
right?
No, agreed. No, agreed. Well, my prediction is, I'll be honest. It's weird. I see 2 scorelines, but it doesn't matter who plays. I see one where, I'll be honest, you lot beat us comfortably, like 3-0. And then there's another one where, for some strange reason, we win the game. But that's the one that I just don't think is going to be likely. The reason I say that, and this is what the only thing that gives me hope, and I know it's different because we're playing at home, is when we played Man United, and again, it's a different team, by the way, different team. So the Man United, in my opinion, they don't compare to you lot, but we were such the underdogs even for that game, and because they were the form team, everyone, even if you thought, it was good, Liverpool going to lose, you didn't think, it might be a close game, bro. We absolutely destroyed them. But again, it's different. That was at Anfield. This is at the Etihad. You guys have a fortress. I believe you guys are going to be high in confidence. Our team, I still feel like, even though we've had the break, I still think things just aren't right, and I don't think they're going to be fixed in this international break. So I have to keep it a buck. I think Man City, I think you lot are going to be us 3-1 or 3-0. It's 3-0 or 3-1, unfortunately.
Oh, cue the comments of Cow and Matt bottling it or not being Liverpool fans. There we go.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that.
Great good of God.
We're waiting for that.
I just don't see the point in us, me and Matt, coming on there and lying.
Yeah, like if I don't think we're gonna win a game, like it'll be silly.
Shout to Drift. Drift is actually predicting that we're gonna win this game, and he predicted it for a while. So shout out to Drift.
He just goes, for whatever reason, he feels we'll win this game. He thinks he'll lose every other game, but it was like, for this one, he just feels we'll win it.
I do get that. I think the biggest. I think you're right with the whole underdogs thing, because, like, I think you beat us at the start of the season. Your form was possibly worse than it is now when we played you the first time, right? I think it probably was, and our form was good, not as good as it is at the moment. I think the biggest thing is, and this is what I'm going on, is whereas back then, it was October or September or something, right? This is like the last 10 games of the season now. This is we can't, and quite frankly, if we can't beat Liverpool this season at home, we don't deserve to win the Premier League. It's that simple. So this is another test of the players must go out and show us that they are the same players that we've had for the last 5 years and get the job done. Get the job done. I think the biggest difference is as well our defence at the moment. Our defence is looking very solid. Very, very solid. So.
No, I respect that, bro. I hear what you're saying. John Conway says, big up Matt and Callum and Daps. He goes,
yes, John,
Liverpool. He says Liverpool to beat City 2-1. Big up yourself, John. Emza Ali says needs Flacco on point. Bad game by him. We lose by 3 or 4. Yeah, Flacco is going to be crucial.
Sorry, who is Flacco? Because I keep hearing this name.
Fabinho.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Flacco, is that what?
Yeah, that's his nickname.
Yeah. Right, Flacco. Yeah. And last but not least,
we had a new player coming through.
Yeah, that's it. When did you not sign this brother? Like,
it was one of them, but I'm not working it out. I don't.
Yeah. Pimp in Distress says, "Hey son, Bon Ornstein pop."
Pick up Pimp in Distress.
I think that is all the supers, I believe. But listen, people, you heard it here first from Daps. Even though it didn't come straight from him, he does think Man City are going to win 4-1 via AKA pancakes. I'm just saying. But now, big up yourself, Daps. Appreciate for jumping on.
Love having me.
You know what I mean?
No, pleasure.
Family,
Thank you.
Come on, family, part of the channel. You know what time it is. And obviously, Cal, you know what time it is as well. H says KDB, V, Hendo, and Flacco. What will look like Angana versus husband? Oh, no, bro.
I pray to God it don't look like that.
If it looks like that, then we're definitely in the mud. Definitely in the mud.
Here's the thing. Can I just caveat what I've said? You see, if Bashestic and Thiago are fit for this game, I'd actually
it's a difficult, bro. This is what, but it's the limited options that we have in it. Am I lying? Yeah. We got no options. Himanshi says, "Man, Benavidez destroyed. Plant great fight though." I didn't see that. I didn't see that fight.
Hell of a fight. Matt, you need to watch it. I'll send you.
Yeah.
I'll send you the
send me
channel to watch on.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I don't know what channel, so I appreciate that. Appreciate love as well, brother.
Replays and reruns on Sky.
Yeah, I need to check that still. I need to check the TV guide, innit? TV guide. Them ones there. But no, listen, people, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you go and subscribe as well to Daps as well. People on this channel, never a foul. The link will be in the description. Make sure you subscribe to Team Kopish if you haven't already. And like I said, people, just smash a like. That's all it takes. You know what I'm saying? Right. But no, people, love as always. And you will see us again potentially tomorrow, but if not, definitely Friday, people. So love to you all. We out, people. Take care. Bless.